Good afternoon, PE1 students. Today is July 7th, July 7, 2020, and today is Tuesday. Teacher forgot to write Tuesday. I'm just going to write Tuesday. How to spell Tuesday? Do you remember? Tuesday. 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 So today is Tuesday and it's the 7th of July 2020, or you can say today is Tuesday and it's July 7th, 2020. So our learning target for today, can you see? It's hard for me to see too. So our learning target for today is I can understand the story about Ugly Duckling. So today we are going to watch together and kind of read along the story about the Ugly Duckling. Are you ready? I am ready too! Ooh, Miss Piggy, are you ready? Oh, yeah, I am ready. I want to hear the story about the Ugly Duckling. Alright, if you are ready, so please sit down and be very quiet. Very good. Okay, so let me click this one. Okay, let's make sure that you can see the book and that you can see me. Alright, so where should I put myself? Maybe there? Hold on. I'm using a different app, so hopefully this will work.
The Ugly Duckling.
Click on a button to read the story. Read by myself.
So if you go to this website, there's two options. So if you go to this website, there are
Read to me. Read to me.
There are three options. It says
Read to me.
Read to me. Someone will read it for you.
Autoplay.
It's just like if you click it, it will just start right away.
Read by myself.
Read by myself. Read by myself is that when you
autoplay.
When you read it by yourself. Okay. So let me just adjust this one. There. All right. So hopefully you can see.
Read to me. Read by myself. Read to me.
Read to me.
Once upon a time, there was a duckling born on a quiet farm. His brothers and sisters were small and covered in downy yellow feathers.
So once upon a time, there was a duckling born on a quiet farm. So please, his brothers and sisters were small and covered in downy yellow feathers. Next page.
The duckling was bigger than the rest of them. Instead of soft and yellow, his feathers were rough and gray. Instead of quacking, the duckling honked. Instead of walking gracefully, he waddled.
So as you can see, while it's recording, you will notice about yellow lines. It means that the word is being highlighted. So even if you can hear the voice, because if you just click it on the website, it will read. Someone will read it for you, like a voice message. But if by this recording, if it will not play, the teacher will read it. So if you know how to read, when you see the yellow line or the yellow highlight, it means that word is, it means that's the word being read. Okay? So the duckling was bigger than the rest of them. Instead of soft and yellow, his feathers were rough and gray. Instead of quacking, the duckling honked. Instead of walking gracefully, he waddled. So he was really different with the other yellow ducklings. Like he is very big and he's not yellow, right? So his feathers are rough, not smooth, and they are colored gray. So instead of like the ducks will say quack quack, he will like honk. And then instead of walking gracefully, he will like waddle, like walks really um, like this. If this is the tail of, not the tail, the kind of like this part of this what's this? The duckling, like this. He waddles so fast, and look at them. They walk gracefully.
All of the animals on the farm teased him for being so strange. "He's so ugly," his neighbors whispered when they thought he wasn't listening. This made the duckling so sad that one night, as the other ducks slept near the barn, he snuck away to find a new home.
Very good. So all of the animals on the farm tease him for being so strange. Like, oh, they make fun of him. Like, oh, you're so strange. Look at your brothers and your sisters. Like, we all almost look the same. But look at you, you're so different. You're so ugly, his neighbors whispered when he thought he was listening. This made the duckling so sad that one night, as the other ducks slept near the barn. So this is the barn, a farm, house in the farm, where the animals stayed. He snuck away to find a new home, so he ran away. So, oh, I'm very sad. Everyone is making fun of me. I think it's better for me to go away and find a new home.
He waddled over the hills and through the woods until he came upon a cozy little house. Inside, he found a kind old woman who lived with a rooster and a cat. "You're not ugly," they told him. "You're just different, and you're wonderful just the way you are."
So again, remember he get out from the barn and go find a new home, right? So he waddled over the hills and through the woods until he came upon a cozy little house. Inside, he found a kind old woman. So this is the woman that is so kind, who lived with a rooster and a cat. So here, please remember this, for teacher will ask you. So again, when he was walking over the hills, waddling over the hills, he found what? He found an old lady, a kind old lady, a rooster, and a cat. And then they said, "You're not ugly," they told him. "You are just different. And you're wonderful just the way you are."
Time passed, and the duckling grew and grew. He grew until he was bigger than the rooster and bigger than the cat.
So again, now he is very big. Time passed, and the duckling grew and grew. He grew until he was bigger than the rooster and bigger than the cat. Remember, in the last previous page, the duckling was still small. Now he's big.
He was happy in his new home, but he still felt like he didn't belong. His new home was full of wonderful friends, but they weren't big or gray or even ducklings. He wished he could be as red as Rooster. He wished he could be as soft as Cat. He wished he could quack.
So here, even if the old lady, the cat, and the rooster were nice to him, but still he feels different. He was happy in his new home, with them, but he felt like he didn't belong. His new home was full of wonderful friends, but they were big or gray, or even ducklings. So he felt so different. Like, I feel like I don't belong here. He wished he could be as red as Rooster. I want to be red, just like the rooster. He wished he could be as soft as Cat. I want the cat. Look at her fur. It's so soft. He wished he could quack. I wish I could quack like the ducks.
One morning, as he watched the sun sparkling on the pond, he saw a family of beautiful swans float by. Lucky birds, he thought. He looked into the water and saw his reflection for the first time.
So while walking one morning, he watched the sun sparkling on the pond. He saw a family of beautiful swans float by. Lucky birds, he thought. He looked into the water and saw his reflection for the first time. It's like, oh, he saw some family of swans. And then he looked at the waters, like, and before he looked at the water, he said, oh, you are so lucky, you're so beautiful. But then when he looked at his reflection on the water, so at home also, if you have try it, if you have water put in the basin or a container, and you look down, you will see your face. It's like a mirror. It will reflect, right? It will show you your face like this. What do you think? Is he a duck or is he a swan? Right? Is
Is that me? He said, shaking his feathers in disbelief. He wasn't a funny-looking duckling anymore. He had grown into a beautiful swan.
yeah, so in this time he is very happy that he realized that he is not a duck, he is not a rooster, he is not a cat, but he is a swan, a beautiful swan. Is that me? He said, shaking his feathers in disbelief. I cannot believe that I am beautiful. I'm a swan. I'm not a duck. He wasn't a funny looking duckling anymore. He had grown into a beautiful swan.
He jumped into the water, honking his loudest honk. I'm not ugly at all, he said. I'm just different. And I'm wonderful, just the way I am.
Very nice. So he jumped into the water, honking his loudest honk. And he said, ha ha, I'm not ugly at all. He said, I'm just different. And I'm wonderful just the way I am. So same with us, even if we look different, even if we have different colors, but we are all beautiful in our own ways, right? The end. All right.
Nice.
So that would be all for today. Thank you so much. And teacher will pose some questions regarding this story. Goodbye.